It's the day after I got back from Wales. The bike's unpacked, unwashed, but I've got some handlebars to fit. So let's get on with that. So first thing to do, strip the old ones, take off all my gubbins. So get rid of the phone holder first, and then all of that's coming off. Now that throttle locks off, so I've got heated grips on, but if you look at the bottom there, where the throttle lock fits on, that goes round in a circle, like that. But with the heated grips, I won't be able to get it on. So what I did when I changed them, was I saved a bit of the original hand grip, and that's in there. So the throttle lock sits on the old hand grip and then butts up against that. And it's definitely not the Atlas one, because that's over 100 quid. And that was a tenner off Temu. Right, see if I can get this grip off. So I'm just going to try and squirt a bit of oil in, just to give it some lube in there. Where's me? Bit of screwdriver action. Right. Now, in here somewhere is a filter spanner. He says. Now I've got a filter spanner somewhere, but I don't know where I put it. just enough length in the cable. Right, so that one off. Mama clean it. I don't need to clean that. I don't need to clean it off. It's going in the bin. And then we've got some screws on the bottom. Where's my torch? Nope, torch is in the car. Let's go and grab the torch. Nice. Now we can get some light on the situation. Screw there. That bolts for the clutch lever. This one screw. Okay. Right, so let's take the clutch cable off. I'm going to pop the little nipple out the end of there, rubber boot off, nut off, and then we'll feed it up and out. Feed that up and out. Let's come out of that side, and now we're going to come up on this one. It's that. Unscrew that. That's the old one off. And then this is the new one. So it's not massively longer. There to there. I'd tell my wife that was about 8 inches. So throttle side now. That one. And that's that one. Right, so that's the old ones. There we are, that way around. That's the difference there. Between the new ones will sit there and the old ones sat there. About an inch taller. So the reason why I didn't go for risers is because every set of risers I've seen looked absolutely rubbish. So there's like big gaps around them and stuff. Right, that's that one. Well, now I need to figure out where's the there. Now I've got to try and get that rubber bit on here. I think I'm going to have to take the heated grip off and then slide it on. So that's a pain in the ass. Because this one's glued on pretty well. Right, let's go and figure this one out. Right, so what we've done is, that was the old, where is it? Right. So that was the old tube that was in there. I've had to mangle that to get that out. That was the new throttle grip that was on there. I measured that, so it's the same size as that one. Cut around where that yellow tape was, slice down the middle. That comes off. They can go in the bin. And then I filed down the ridges on the tube. Not all the way yet. It will nearly fit. It's tight. But I don't want to mount that on the grip and then get the grip on the bars and the wire be up the top. So I've got the throttle cable to swap out, and then we can start putting it all back together. But to get the throttle cable off, I've got to take the tank off, I've got to take the seat off, take the front seat off, I've got to take the rear seat off. But to take the seats off, I've got to get rid of all my tools because I've been using them as a shelf. So let's get them off. Right, so now we've got the tank off. That's the throttle cable there. We've got that to take out there, snip that, and then take it off there. There's not a massive difference in the throttle cable. And pull that there. There. Not a huge difference on that. No, I'll stick the new one on. Get rid of that sticker. higher than the last ones. One of the other reasons for changing to these is when I've got my tank bag on, if I go too much left lock, then the horn hits the tank bag. I just end up bipping people. Oh, son of a bitch, it's falling off. Never put the screwdriver. Oh, it's in my pocket, of course it is. That's nipped on. Still got the throttle and all the rest of it, but I just want to get it on for now and nipped up. See how it all sits. Give me a break. Oh, come on. Right, it's long enough for that one. Right, there's the cable. Right, if I drop them down. There we go. Talk Multiplier t-shirt on it. Oh, nearly there. Right. You fit in there. I've had the clutch cable. Oh no, I haven't done the clutch cable yet, have I? Right, so in the box, right, this is all 3 clutch cables. They're the 2 new ones, and then that's the old one. But I don't know why they've sent me 2 clutch cables. They've got different part numbers on, and one's got a black cover over the nipple and one's got a yellow cover. Oh, black and yellow for the nipple cover is nice. So the 2 part numbers are, we've got that one which says RXC00365B wire clutch J1D comfort, and then that one which says RXC00059/E wire clutch J1D comfort. That's got 18th of October 23 and that's the 15th of November 24. I'm going to pop on Hitchcocks now and see what the difference is. Right, so I had a look on Hitchcocks and I tried googling the part numbers, but I couldn't find anything. The difference that I've noticed is, right, so that one's the original one, and we've got that one, and then this one. So that's fatter and doesn't fit in that clutch cable. So if you know what that one's for, then let me know, because I haven't got a clue. But I'll get the new one fitted. So that's the clutch free play adjusted. Might need another little tweak later, but that side's done. Just a bar end mirror to go on there. Let's have a look. Put the seat on. Excuse the bald spot. I think I might drop him back towards me a little bit, but height wise, pretty good. Obviously, when I drop them back, they're going to be a little bit lower as well. Right, now we've got the throttle cable. Where have I put that? That's down there. Oh no, I've already done the throttle cable in, haven't I? That was the other clutch cable. No idea what that one's for. Maybe it's because he sent me one with a little black nipple cover on. They thought he likes black and yellow, so send him a yellow one. Right. Where's my throttle tube? There. So that in there. So open that back up, get the throttle cable on that, and then adjust that. Right, so that white pad you can see in there, put the throttle onto where you want it, press the button, locks the throttle. So it's not a cruise control, it just sets your throttle level. So if you want to shake your arms off, scratch your leg or whatever, but you can override it even when it's on. So riding along, hit that. That's it, jobs are good in. So I'm just going to cable tie throttle cable on there. Cable tie tip for you. You've got a box of cable ties. Don't open the end, open the middle. And then you can just pull them out and you don't have your cable ties everywhere. Right. That's good, that's good. Bar and mirrors. Ah, okay. So on these bars, the inserts must be shorter than the official ones because that bolt is too long. Let's see how much I need to cut off. Right, that's bottoming out there. Let's see what this side's like. See if that's the same. These bolts look like they've been cut before. Yeah, probably need to take off about 10 mil. maybe it's 5. If I take 5 mil off each of them, and if I've got any black ones, have a look. Oh, I've got 2 black bolts. They don't match, but black. So that's the important bit. That one, that one. Right, I think we're good. Tank back on. Start it up. Every delivery man interrupting me because Ashley's been doing shopping for takey backies. There we go. All the faffing is done. I've got the phone mount where I want it, so that'll now clear the tank bag there.
I did have to adjust the banjo bolt because as I was going left, it had a horrible bend just at the end here. So I've done that so it's pointing down. So that's all good now. That is it. The faff for today is finished. So I'll now go and sort out the Wales trip videos and get them uploaded, and then maybe upload this one as well. I don't know, I might wait a bit because it's just a faff on. I think I've got nearly a terabyte from me and Nick because I've got the helmet cam and I've got the camera facing me. I'll see which ones I use. But yeah, that is it. Handlebars done. Catch you later.